calling you a radical, real historic, important video. Now stay with me on this thing. The house the nuclear cartel built, the Wattis curse. Basketball season starts today. So anyway, stay with me. It's a real important video. Historic, you know, it doesn't matter if it gets 112 views. If Google wants us to have 134 views, that's what it's going to have. Google wants us to have 3,311,000 views, that's what it's going to have. They got total control. Total control. The freaking imperialist left, the imperialist right. So let's start right off the gate. This is a real important story. So this NOAA study, this is NOAA, so we can put 6 grains of salt with NOAA. NOAA's told me to my face multiple times. I walk in the entire coast of California. I'm there. NOAA's all over, putting devices up, the whole work. What about the radiation levels in the ocean? Not our job. Now, what's the O stand for? What's the answer? What? Not our job. But now it is their job. So this study's coming out by NOAA that the Japanese sardines are on the coast. There's 2 species of sardines in the Pacific Ocean. Now, post-Fukushima, they've only collapsed, what, 95, 98, 99%. That's all. That's all. Big fish eat little fish. Now, this is real important. You read through NOAA's study, which I read the whole thing. NOAA said they started doing the DNA tracking, and they're using DNA to track these in 2012. Now, why would they start tracking in 2012? You're a real quick one. I can't figure that one out. They just hide it. They cover it up. So they said they showed up post-COVID. Now, you know the mink study, and I won't even get into that, you know, on my hypothesis on the demic. But anyway, so it makes more of Kevin Blanchard's hypothesis. This is new, this is new, this is new. It blows my mind, the denial of Fukushima. And everybody asks me all the time, who are you going to vote for? The same person I voted for the last 2 elections. Bernie Sanders, who should already, because Bernie's an anti-nuclear. He said, pull the plug. He voted against Price Sanders. I voted for Bernie Sanders. What? He's not, of course he's not. Trump's a pro-nuclear. Freaking Trump. I mean, he says Fukushima on Rogan. Why didn't he say Trump's already been president for 4 years? What the fuck did he do? Run that. Cover up Fukushima, cover up Fukushima. Meet with the B 17 times. Advanced nuclear fucking energy pork like no other. Same as Biden, same as Obama Dumber. Harris, what's her stance on nuclear? Well, I worked with her on the Senate never shutdown, but she sure dropped the ball when she came to United States Senator. I guess we're going to find out. Why do I think Harris will win? The only reason I think Harris will win, the only reason, is because Republicans are going to vote for her. Well, and women. Trump has violated so many people and pissed off. I mean, it's like he's hell-bent. He's hell-bent. If the Republicans could have put up any candidate, and they'd put up a dirt clod, they'd have won this election easily. The fact that they nominate Trump still blows my mind. Trump. That guy is fucking the worst. So, I live here in Utah where there's so many so-called moderate Republicans. That's what they call themselves here. You know, which a lot of them are wolves in sheep's clothing. I don't like any of them. But as far as politically, politicians. But as far as people, Utah's full of great people. But everyone I talk to is going to vote for Harris. Every single one I talk to. That's because it's not a pro-Harris vote. It's an anti-Trump vote. I mean, which kills me. How the Republicans didn't smell that out a long time ago. Well, I don't know, man. So, opening day of season. So, we'll start. I'll get back to this study, but I can walk and chew gum. Why 10? because the greatest player ever played here, Jerry Harding. Won't tell Dylan Jones, and I want to say this to basketball players, especially all the young ones here. I advise all these players all the time, including Harding, including all these guys. I talk to them. My advice, I always say this: do not sign an NBA contract. Do not. Don't enter the NBA draft. Do not. Dylan Jones was an aberration. Damian Lillard's an aberration. Well, Damian Lillard is the aberration. I mean, he played right off the gate because he went to a shitty team. Dylan Jones got drafted to a good team, really, really good team. So what's his NBA career going to be his rookie year? On the bench. He doesn't play. So, making millions and millions to sit on the bench. So I've always advised young players, you'll make millions in Europe. You'll make plenty of money in Europe. And you'll play. I watched what they did to Joe Ballenboy in the NBA. I watched what they did to Ruben Nemhard in the NBA. I watched what they did to Jeremy Sieglin in the NBA. They don't play. So, advice to all young players who are possibly going to go into the NBA. I wouldn't. Go to Europe where you will play if your passion is to play. If your entire passion isn't money. Now, Dylan will get his shot. No doubt in my mind. He'll get his turn. He's all that. Hopefully sooner than later. So, how will this team be this year? You can guarantee what they're going to be. Win 20, go home in March. Same coaching tree's been here since 2006. They haven't made the tournament since 2018. No, 2016, was it? Or was it 2018? But anyway, I think it's 20, yeah. So, mediocre. It's the same coaching style. It's overcoaching, X's and O's, but it gets them ready for the next level. I can tell you that because they all excel. It's a boot camp here. So anyway, back to the study. It's very compelling. So the other big news, and this is what I'll tag this video, and it's giant news here today, which is the great lie here at the University of Nuclearism, who blackballed Kevin Lynch as the #1 school business in the United States, taken over by Warren Buffett, hijacked. Okay. Lake Barrett's got that line. Rahm Emanuel's got that pole. Let's head on down to the Tepco fishing hole. Oh, they're biting. They're resuming. This is day 4,981. Now I want you to wrap your mind about 13 and a half years. They're still trying to get 3 grams of the cores. You heard me. 3 grams. How many grams is in a pound, kiddies? How many grams are in a ton? There's 880 tons of spent fuel. They can't even get 3 fucking grams. It's that hot. Bringing star powder. So this is important because this is new. This is the denial of Kevin Blanchard's work, the father of Fukushima. This is new. This is new. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl on day 2816. Supposedly in Fukushima, when they're in a mock-up, there's a mock-up over there. That's unarguable. Well, where are these cores at? See those holes right there? Pacific Ocean. Well, so these are full core meltdowns. Yeah, well, Leslie Stahl to Lake Barrett. This is like going to the moon to fix this. Lake Barrett to Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes on day 2816. Way bigger than that. This has never happened before. 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 I had this great conversation with my grandson in 8th grade about science yesterday, about, nuclear fission, fusion. We don't split atoms. We smash atoms. We collide atoms. And it creates all these radioisotopes. We know when they just do the centrifuge process to make uranium-238 into 235, it creates plutonium and all its daughters, all these, some we don't even know, californium, livermorium, tennesseum. Some we don't know what the fuck are. What do you think is created here? Bringing star power to Earth. Never in the history of mankind. This didn't happen at Santa Susana. This didn't happen at Mayak. This didn't happen at Pathfinder. This didn't happen at 3 Mile Island. This didn't even happen at Chernobyl. 780,000 men in tube. Why do you think they mined underneath the Chernobyl? China syndrome is very real, which I named Del Mar, Argentina syndrome. Fukushima has proven it. Unit 1, they can't give fucking news. They've tried everything. Fucking, it's bringing. How hot is an exchange inside the core of a reactor? And we had this conversation, me and my grandson, what goes on? Oh, fucking millions of fucking degrees. You got out. But what happens when you get a meltdown? Livermore, back to Harris. Kamala Harris's mother was the epidemiologist at Livermore. What's Livermore? The nuclear lab in the Bay Area. That's where she worked. What's an epidemiologist? Cancer research PhD. She got cancer in 2009. Remember all that work Kevin Lynch did in 2012, 13 on shutting down Sinonofri? Who was the AG there then? Who rated PV? I mean, you're in denial. You're asleep. As we advance more nuclear, the advanced nuclear pork bill gets through Congress. Bill Gates wrote it. We keep bowing to Bill Gates. I see they've gone after him in the Netherlands. Unfucking real what this country is. The nuclear energy crime syndicate. Lord Bezos, Lord Musk, Lord Gates got control. Call it New World Order when it's Old World Order. So they're going in on day 4,900 and holy cow. We're almost there in 81. We're 19 days to day 5,000. What are you going to do for day 5,000? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So, what a dog and pony. Turn 2. Where was Otani? Has Otani done anything in the series? Well, he hit the fan interference. He's got the bad shoulder. But who's the pitcher for the Dodgers? Where's he from? Look it up! He's been lights out all year. I mean, who do you think shut down them Padres? He did. Who do you think shut down them Yankees? He did. Look up where he's from. Look up where he was in 2011. Fuktonian man, as I call it, the father of Fuktonian. I cannot believe people deny my work. Dead typos at your feet. It's not a coincidence. There's another study coming out. Some Canadian scientists say, no, the orcas aren't starving to death. Well, we know factually that the gray whales are starving to death. We know factually that the humpbacks are freaking starving to death. And we know orcas, okay. And there you going back to scientists, mystified, baffled, stumped, curious alarm. Okay. And I think their study might be right because I think orcas are such aggressive predators. They'll find something to eat. They'll eat the seals. They'll eat the sea lions. They'll eat other whales. You know, they're that aggressive. They hunt in packs. Yet they're still dying and they're saying, wonder why. Do you think maybe it's cancer? Do you think we know that sea lions and seals were showing up in 2014-15? I well documented Kevin Lynch with leukemia, the hallmark of nuclear fallout. You know what they call it in? Do you know what they call it in Japan? You know what they call leukemia in Japan? AML leukemia? The atom bomb disease. Oh, I've got it. I was given too much to live in 20. Just the fact on 11/11/11. Back to Weber State basketball. Just the fact the year before, exactly to the second, like 1 year before, is that historic loss Damian Lillard had in his palace. When Anthony Johnson, fucking the craziest thing I ever saw. Anthony Johnson died of a stroke last year, tragically. You know, this all ties together, the University of Nuclear. I see, you know, Winston Reed, who played here, plays for the Browns now. His mother, I gave him one of the lays, tragically passed away of leukemia. They're a great announcer. Who took, you know, he's been announcing there for since I think about 1999. He died of leukemia this week. You know, wasn't the bribes in Ohio? Now, what was the Brown Stadium? Who was it named after? No, the AG went. I mean, that whole thing in Ohio has proven the only people on earth is the Cleveland FBI office, and the AG in Ohio's the only fucker's got enough balls. They went after the fucking. I mean, the lead legislator in the Ohio House is in prison in Arizona doing 25 years for taking nuclear energy. Well, he's the bribee. All those bribees. What about the bribers? Again, one day you'll realize the nuclear energy crime syndicate, Kevin Lynch has called it for years, the untouchables. Oh, they're untouchable. You know, they own us. And I can't believe no one stands up to them. Oh, I do. Fuck them. Really, fuck them. And all their fucking money. There's higher powers. There's more fucking power than fucking your perennial fucking Federal Reserve grass and your crypto fucking currency. You keep chasing your fucking dollars and cents with no sense. So, I think the Orca study could be correct. That they are getting enough to eat. You know, they're predators and they're moving around so much that yet they're still dying. Well, if that's the case, scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're some. You know, it's just like I can't talk where I think the demi came from. But this sardine study is really got my mind going. Why are they here now? And the fact that NOAA started testing them in 2012. Just another coincidence, bro. In science, I just had this conversation with my grandson. All new knowledge will be persecuted. Kevin Latch, March 2012. The New Seminoles. When it's new and people don't understand it, they fear it. This is new, which I named Fukushima. It's new. We don't do coincidences, science do it. I'm a biologist. We had a conversation about quantum physics last night, he and I. And I'm like, quantum physics is not science. And make sure you understand that. Quantum physics is philosophy. Stephen Hawking, DeGrasse, all these people, they're not scientists. They're philosophers. As Einstein said towards the end of his life, when it came to quantum physics, give it up. If I did it all over again, I'd be a plumber. Because it's unexplainable. Entanglement. Do you know about entanglement? As Einstein called it, spooky science at a distance. And it's been proven that Braun's freaking work was right. You shoot a photon from there to there because the observation towers on each sides of the Earth have done it from millions of light years away now. And sure as shit, it shows up simultaneously. That's impossible. That's as Einstein said. So you mean to tell me you're looking at the moon and it's not dark on the other side? Maybe. That type of philosophy, as Einstein said, the human mind will never comprehend it there. But that's not what I do. I do biology. Absolutely, 100%. So I do what you can prove. I'm a biologist. Scientists. I have done it. I look at my tide pool work alone. If this is 4 or 5 decades ago, even 3 or 4 decades ago, I'd have several Nobel Prizes. I don't even have a fucking car. No car, I can't get it to pass emissions. But, you know, we'll get I get by with a little help from my friends. You know, the fight goes on. So, like Barrett's got that line. Rahm Emanuel's got that pole. Let's head on down to that Tepco fishing hole. It's unbelievable. And then Trump's got the nerve to say the word Fukushima on Rogan. And Rogan's one of those guys that knows a little bit about a lot and knows a lot about nothing. Dumber than fucking dirt. Anybody that's pro-nuclear is dumber than dirt when they'll sit and tell you it's clean. That's the biggest lie in human history. What's the second biggest lie in human history? Barack Obama on March 17th, 2011. The plume is coming over us right now. Scientists tell it is safe. That's with malice because he fell well knew because we could prove that now. Cheryl Mills' emails, his aide was going out through his community, through left, right, Beltway, her emails, which were leaked by WikiLeaks. Scientists tell us the plume is coming over us right now. It's radioactive. Do not go outside. If you have been outside, wash your clothes, take a shower, take some iodine. He knew that. Third biggest lie. Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. No, he did. ABC, NBC, CNNs, all the media, everybody went along with that. 22 a day. The carnage, they were Saudis. I mean, it still blows my mind. What's the greatest lie in human history? Nuclear energy is clean. I call it the trifecta with nuclear energy. Number one, it's the most expensive fucking energy source in the history of mankind. Number 2, the most dirty, filthy, ungreen in history. Next time somebody tells you that nuclear energy is green, ask them about the centrifuge process. We don't use natural uranium from the Earth, 238. We use 235. I explained the centrifuge process to my grandson. We don't split atoms, we collide atoms. It leaves a 98% byproduct. Fucking smashing those atoms and it creates something fucking brand new, including plutonium. I call Otani plutonium, man. Hulk plutonium. All these and their daughters, man-made. And humans have evolved for centuries, many centuries. They can't adapt to it. So it fucks up all your DNA. That's what cancer is. You know, free radicals. Do you know that's what cancer cells called? You know a cancer cell is called a free radical. You know a radioisotope that escapes from a nuclear facility is called a free radical. And think about all the artists who are coming to me. Free radicals versus post-ignorance. While I'm in critical condition. Agent provocateurs are just sickos. Vic Barrett's got that line. CNN, Foxconn News, fucking ABC, CBS, fucking. They got that poll. Let's head on down to that Tepco fishing hole. The United States runs that dog. Ask Rahm Emanuel. Ask John Holden. I'm the girl that put that young woman up to the second interview on Holden. He left the cover. Make it so, USS Reagan. They got control of our country. They turned on the spigot on the Manhattan Project. They never shut it up. Pop, pop. OAPI dropped. They never stopped. Mr. We could use a Hoover. Shut up, Woody, some kind of commie. Meathead. Little good. Never in the history of mankind is any people, is any nation, is any military indiscretionally mass murdered women and children until now. Herbert Hoover, August 7th, 1940. They never stopped. But you cross that parallel out to North Korea into a kitchen call. Hell, went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. See my VA man fucking Bruce fucking down by the refinery sold us down the fucking river. Kissinger, Cambodia. War criminals from hell. Hell no, I won't go. Hell no, I won't go. Hell, turn 2. We burned our draft cards. We says, fuck you. We're not going to be cannon fodder for these fucking board game fucking imperialist fucking oligarchs no more. Think about the 70s. Take a look what people look like. Sitting by the keg, having beer, fucking hanging around with your girlfriend, boyfriends, or multiple ones, whatever. Look what the clothing was. Look what the art was. Look what the culture was. Look what the hat. There was no fucking debt. I go back to Russell Means all the time. You European monsters come across here to this sacred and beautiful, incredible land with your books and your guns and your disease and your locks. And you're going to tell us how to get to heaven. I got news. Before you got here with your books and your disease and your locks and your guns, we had no locks. We had no disease. We had no guns. This was heaven. Huh. Pop, oh, I'll be dropped. There's, then the gift that keeps on giving. 9/11. They were all Saudis. That's when you knew we had been had. I knew it. Everybody knew it. They were Saudis. So we go off to Iraq to get you Cheney friends to slaughter 2 million innocent people. Nobody from Iraq ever laid a finger on anybody in the United States. Go off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Life, liberty, firstborn, pay the dragon slayer. Old world order, call it new. Agent provocateurs, fucking right-wing fucking Alex Jones. There's no doubt in my mind he's paid fucking property. Same old thing, 1914, with their guns and their tanks and their fucking bombs. Didn't World War I start from area? Didn't it? Obama opened the door and let Tsar Putin, that's not a president, It's our Putin. Indochromaria. That's our talk about the modern day Hitler. What a monster. It's not the same old thing. They have depleted uranium. They have nuclear bombs. They have white phosphorus. Where's white phosphorus, depleted uranium? These nasty. Well, by the way, with the world, the UN, every organization that the United States has propped up has them against international law. Yet the United States thumbs their nose at international law. Comes from nuclear energy. Which came first, the nuclear chicken or the nuclear egg? You have to have a nuclear energy reactor in order to have fucking depleted uranium, weapons grade, to have fucking nuclear bombs. Don't you see that? These people that I can't. Pitiful. Pitiful. Yeah, we're okay with the technology. We just don't like nuclear fucking bombs. We like nuclear energy. They're one and the fucking same. They're not there to make fucking energy. They're there to fucking give power. Price Anderson, this new bill Bill Gates wrote. Bill Gates stole the operating system here in Utah. Yet Bill Bootlegger Gaines and fucking John Colter Curtis are in bed with him. Fucking fools. Ignorant fucking fools. What's the three branches of government in the United States? CIA, NSA, CFR. Trump's part of the fucking machine. He was president for 4 years. Hello, he's not a counterculturist. Bernie was the guy. So I'll be writing in Bernie, which I had last evening. Hopefully I'll be in D.C. for the election. We'll see. Plane tickets are outrageous. I was just looking at it. Turn 2. Dodgers Yankees. Fucking the imperialist games. The rich get richer. The poor get poorer. Everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur. That's all you hear. That's all you hear from both parties. You need to be an entrepreneur. Well, if we're all entrepreneurs, who's the workforce? Open the door and let them in. Both fucking parties are imperialists. They love it just the way it is. They're holding court. Status quo. Fucking the Fukushima is the greatest fucking event in human history. The cover-up is the greatest crime, and Trump participated. So did Biden. So did fucking Obama Dumber. The trilogy, the triplets. Will Harris continue it? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Fuck. Huh. Let's turn 2. The water's curse. Who built that beautiful, incredible palace? The merger of GE and General Electric in 1975. What a palace. I'll be in there tonight. It's not about money. One day, you've been sold the bill. It's not about money. I get it. You got to have money, but you got to have enough to survive. But fairy tale goes on and on and on. Blake Barrett's got that line. Rahm Emanuel's got that pole. Let's head on down to that Tepco fishing hole. Ooh, that fucking Fruitonian's buying good tonight. We might get 3 grams after 5,000 days. Delmar, Argentina's down this stretch. We come. Cancer epidemic. Dead tide pulls at your feet. It's a cult. Ignore the reality. Ignore Kevin Blanchard's fucking truth. At your own peril. Thank you, everybody, supporting this historic work. The fight goes on. We, from the sea. Fuck, this whole car is fucking so at it. What's killing the orcas? I think Kevin Blanch has proven all this. You're in denial. It's new. It's new. It's new. I know what Semmelweis felt like with germ theory. Plutonium. Stay tuned.